Okay, so it's kind of vlog time, and I'm going to combine the vlog with the video that I promised Hiberniason, or Irish. He sent me a private message asking me what my stance on scavenging is from kind of the biblical worldview, since I am someone that studies and takes the Word of God seriously, believes the Bible is the Word of God. That's kind of where I'm at. In fact, that's what I was doing for the past 2.5 hours prior to me making this video. I was doing some in-depth study. Well, one thing it says in the Bible is, "Thou shalt not steal." It's pretty plain, and God doesn't really allow much wavering in that respect. In fact, there is no wavering. It's you steal, there is some kind of penalty regardless what the situation. Although if you look in Proverbs 6:30, it says, "People do not despise a thief if he steals to satisfy himself when he is starving. Yet when he is found, he must restore sevenfold." So there's always this cause and effect when you're breaking God's commandment, and it really is going to be, I think, on a case-by-case basis. I think that's part of the reason why, at least why I prep. So I'm going to have the things in the time of need. You know, you read different examples of saving for times and during times of plenty in the Bible, and so you'll be ready for the times of famine. Just like, you know, where Joseph instructed the Pharaoh to save during their times of plenty, so when the time of famine came, they had plenty of food. So it's being of a preparedness mindset to really think, you know, I'm not completely in control over all things, and any type of situation can come upon me, whether it be a storm. I mean, some of the reasons why I prep are a combination of possible terrorism and any type of form of societal collapse is partially why I prepped. So that goes hand in hand. For when a storm goes through, I'm already prepared for the storm because I prepared for that. And the reasons why I do that is so I don't have to go out and steal from a store. Because in a sense, that's what it is. Whether you call it securing assets, or when you're going into a store, regardless of the situation, you're still taking something that technically isn't yours. It was brought into that store by the owner of that store, so technically it is the owner of the store's property. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. It will be dependent upon that need. I mean, if you really find yourself where you are providing for your family or you're going to die otherwise, I mean, I would definitely keep in prayer during those moments. I mean, if you truly believe in God, and if you truly believe that the Word of God means what it says, then you're going to know God's going to provide for you regardless of what scenario is set before you. And you've got to keep that in mind. And you got to keep yourself grounded in the Bible, because once you start straying from it, you go further and further and further, and the heart will become more hardened to conviction, and slowly you will actually go in my point of view, you'll go further and further away from kind of the structure of society. I mean, no ifs, ands, buts about it. Western civilization is based on a Judeo-Christian backbone, and so the more you keep compromising, the more you're going to go away from that foundation, and it will take some time. Hopefully it will happen where society will rebuild itself again, and then you fall back onto those structures of morality. But that's really what my take on it is. You prepare and make sure that you try to make a situation where you do not have to go out and raid or do things. If you know that, I mean, one thing I would say is if you're on the same page with different people in your neighborhood, and say you're seeing somebody that's leaving, I'm going to go upstate to my my grandson's house, or I'm going to my daughter's home, or whatever your neighbor says to you, that would be a time to ask, well, listen, if you are gone and things don't get any better, is it all right for me to utilize anything you've left behind in case things get really bad? Or, you know, it's going to differ in every situation, but that's one way where you can kind of secure. A lot of the neighbors of mine, it's a given. Like, I know that if I'm not around, or if I leave, I'm going to leave stuff for them, and vice versa. So we kind of have that relationship. That's one of the ways you can kind of segue, because once you've been given permission, like, whatever I have in my house, utilize it. We're not coming back. You know, that would be an example. So that's kind of my take. Hopefully it helps. I mean, it does say in Colossians 3:5 that if you steal out of greed, that it's considered idolatry. You have to. It's got to be in a survival need situation, and not for the sole purpose of gaining more or to have an edge to use, because that you're already going in that vein where it's you know, once you've compromised, you'll compromise again and compromise. So that the least amount of compromise you can make and keep more secure in biblical sense, I think the better off you'll be. But that's my take on it. That's how I look at it from the biblical sense. Anyway, I will be doing. I know I have loaded videos up. They're in my queue on the iMovie, but I haven't really had time to really edit and play around. So yes, Pop Prepper, the porch, whether you believe it or not, video will be coming. Little mini harvest video will be coming. I might film again when I'm doing the flu tonic stuff that I'm going to be making this upcoming weekend. So there's going to be different things popping up here and there, and I know I've been working on another kind of video montage that I do on government waste and money, you know, our money being wasted. So I'm kind of putting something together there. I don't know when that's going to be done. That's just kind of something I piece together and play with whenever I feel like it. Well, I'm going to play a video and comment right after it, so stay tuned. I'm sure you guys have seen this, but something interesting based on the vein of what we were talking about earlier.
The shopping frenzy happened at the Walmarts in Mansfield and in Spring Hill. KSLA News 12's Victoria Shirley explains what happened and shows you the chaos that was all caught on tape.
Walmart shoppers in two Arklatex towns looking to do some grocery shopping on Sunday found bare shelves and empty food bins.
Just about everything is gone. I've never seen in that condition.
Shopper Anthony Fuller says the big box store in Mansfield looked like someone raided it. He's not far off.
All the buggies are gone.
Hundreds packed both the Mansfield and Spring Hill Walmart Saturday night. Once word spread they were accepting electronic benefit transfers, or EBT cards, with no limits. Police were called in to control the crowds. Spring Hill Police Chief Will Lind says people piled their cars full of food for 2 hours. But when balances started showing up on cards again, people rushed out, abandoning their carts and leaving behind a huge mess. One man captured the aftermath with cell phone video.
Man, this is unreal, bro. Oh, when we walked through the door, it looked like a tornado had came through.
O.J. Evans and a friend were there to buy a t-shirt, but when they saw dozens of full and abandoned carts, he only thought one thing.
I was just thinking Facebook and Instagram.
The shelves empty.
While he can be heard laughing in the video, Evans says he felt bad for the employees that would have to restock the food.
I was just thinking, oh my God, I'm so glad my mom doesn't work here anymore.
Evans believes it was natural human reaction that led people to fill up their carts during the glitch. But couples Stan and Judy Garcia feel very differently.
That's plain theft. That's stealing. That's all I got to say about it.
I love Evans says that this is just a natural human reaction why this happened. No reference to this is theft, this is wrong, this is just a natural human reaction. Amazing. And seeing how those store shelves are cleared, how fast it happened, is just another example of why you don't even want to have to go to the store. You want to have everything that you need at your house. And the only thing that I recommend people is on your way home, if you have a little convenience store type of thing, you can possibly run into there. Like I'm talking like on your, one of those like small stores. That might be a place because everyone's going to shoot for the supermarkets. Those you might, just observe if there's not that many cars in front of that little store. Like I have a little corner store near my house. I always tell my wife that if it doesn't look that crowded, not many cars, go in there and just buy necessities and stuff that lasts long. Definitely water, buy up the water, and then buy, plenty of different items that'll keep for a while. Beef jerkies and different things like that. Because we always have cash with us, for that. So even if the power's out. And that's what I usually tell her to do. If there's a limited amount of cars in front. But if that place looks packed, you just keep moving because we have everything we need. And that's part of the reason. And you see how quick they can pick the shelves. And it's amazing how people have in this particular instance, had no qualms in doing what they were doing. They knew exactly what they're doing is wrong. And this is a total example of greed going out of hand. And this guy laughing and then saying, oh, I feel bad for these people having... No, you don't feel bad. This is like a joke. Well, that's a good way to end this video. I'm hoping to post another video Friday. I don't know which one it's going to be. Most likely the porch video because Pop Prepper is convinced that it doesn't exist. All right, do your best. Let God do the rest, guys. I hope this helped, Irish. I hope this kind of gave you another point of view. That's it. Thanks for watching, guys.
A lot of the people here say they don't feel bad taking the stuff. One, because they need it. But two, they said the police said it was okay. And we actually saw the police. They're in aisle 3.
All I'm doing. How you doing?
Hi, what you doing here?
I'm doing my job.
Taking shoes?
No, looking for looters.
Looking for looters? And what do you do when you find them? Because I think I've seen them.
That's all I can do with them right now, Champ.
They're all around us, though.
That's what I see. Include you. What are you doing?
I haven't taken anything, ma'am.
But you're in the store, huh?
That essentially, if it's non-violent, they have other things to worry about than people stealing stuff?
That's true. They do, obviously. In a city where the mayor has just proclaimed that he believes there's hundreds, maybe thousands dead, the looting of one Walmart does not rank very high on the Richter scale of problems. However, when you have the police in there looting, that is a problem, because if the breakdown of law and order happens on the very first day after the hurricane, how far will it go in a couple of days?